Hello and welcome to a little bit of a trial episode here with me, Tryonus. I got a bit of a trial video because normally I do Minecraft videos, and when I have done other games they don't necessarily work out for me. So I'm just gonna do a video on this because I have been playing it quite a lot. A lot of people would probably tell me that I've been playing it too much, but yeah. So I'm just gonna jump directly into a game here, and I will explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. At the moment I'm just choosing a map to actually play on. I haven't really, yeah, I think I'll just go with Sandy Beach here, and I'm just going to call it TryDale. So I'm just going to explain this screen here. These are the natural resources on the map. So we've got oil, ore, farming and forestry, and it tells you exactly how much there are available. Obviously oil and ore are non-renewable resources. Farming and trees are renewable, so they're a decent source of income. This shows you how much water is available on the map, and this shows what sort of outside connections you actually have. So you've got your highway connections, your train connections, your ship connections, and your plane connections there, so you know everything, because some of these don't actually have, there we are, that doesn't have any ship connections there, but I think the majority of them do have some sort of thing here. Yeah, so you can also choose left hand or right hand traffic, even though I am British and it should really go on the left hand side. Normally when I'm being playing this I actually forget to tick that, so it ends up being right hand traffic anyway, so I'm just going to leave it on as that, and we're just going to get started here. While we're waiting for it to load, because it can take a minute or two depending on the map, if you don't know anything about this game, it's very similar to SimCity, and a lot of people call this the game what the newer version of SimCity should have been like, and it is as you can see, a city building game. Now, one of the main features of this game is that in SimCity you would have just been restricted to this square. In this, if I press this button, it actually, well, it will do at the moment I need to get population and everything running. You can actually see this entire area is near enough ready to play. Well, it's not the entire thing. I think you can choose about 9 of these squares everywhere, all around, so it's a very large city that you can actually build if you so choose. Looking at the map here, I can actually see, I think these here actually outline. Can you see the difference between the grass here? Actually show where industry would be a good place to go, because I think this, if I remember rightly, is where the ore is. Obviously where the trees are is where it's a little bit more of the timber, and a little bit this light green stuff is more the farming industry area. If I think I can't really see any oil at the moment, unless I'm mistaken and this could be oil, but I would very much doubt it. That could be a little bit up there, maybe, with it being a bit darker. We'll see, we'll see. I can't exactly remember, but obviously first things that we need to do is get a little bit of a road system in. This I kind of find very annoying, because, let me actually pause the game, because we actually, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you've got to build this 2-lane road here and waste a little bit of money actually doing it, and then you can actually have all your other roads near enough unlocked, roundabouts and all sorts. So I'm going to actually delete that and have a little bit of a one-way street coming in, because this obviously leads to the highway, so that can go there, and we will also we will build a roundabout, because I think a roundabout is a very good way of starting out coming into a city. There we go. and we can join that there, and we can do the same here. So not too bad. So they've got a little bit of a junction, and they can come directly into the city and straight out again, or they can go directly into the city itself. I can also delete these roads here for so 1 to 2, but I think that one is fine as it is. I might get rid of that one, and straight up I can have my main city. So we also need to sort out some power. So this is the kind of the power grid at the moment. You've got your power lines which connects everywhere, and then you've got the choice of your powers. There's only 2 that we can go for at the moment: wind power or coal power. That's another source of wind turbines. And you've got oil there, you've got hydro, which is a dam, a solar power plant, and nuclear power as well. I don't think there's any others. No. Okay, so if we click on the wind turbine, we can actually see that the map changes again, and all these dark areas will actually show where the wind is actually the strongest. So if I come over here, you can actually see the estimated production of power is 7 megawatts. If I come just a tiny bit further down, it goes to 8 megawatts. So obviously these only do from 0 to 8. So we'll put a couple of these down, because that's a good starting power, because they only cost 6,080 a week, so they're a very good starting power. We also need to sort out some water. Now we need to be careful with water, especially with this one, because this is the drain pipe, which all this sewage and everything go, because you will have to look at your water, as you can see these arrows here, and they're pointing the flow of the water. So obviously if I put this here and then use this, which is the pumping station which gets fresh water to everyone over here, eventually the sewage will go into the fresh water, and then people will be drinking their own poop, which is not good. So I'm going to put this over here and this over here, and then there won't be any sort of problems. Obviously these guys are going to be moaning because they have got no power. These are your water pipes which connect everything to everything, and we also need these. I'm going to bring this across to here and then up to here. I need to be careful of my money, because obviously I've got no income, but should be okay with that. So this should start getting power, and we should start getting water in, so water availability is good. Sewage is down at the moment because obviously there's no sewage, which is a good thing, but we'll change that very, very quickly. So we need a 2-way lane here. I'm just going to go straight up the centre. I will be upgrading these roads in the future, so let's do about there for now. And now we need to actually lay out where people can live. So I don't really want people living right next to the roundabout. So I'm just going to bring, because let me explain this first. So the green is your residential zone. This light blue is your commercial, your shops, and then the yellow is your industrial zone. These others that are greyed out we can come to at a later date if I continue on with a series. Right, so I'm going to put a nice little residential zone here and here, and then hopefully people will start moving in, but while we're waiting for that we can get them some jobs. So like I said, this might be a good area for the industrial zone. So we need to bring that right across here, and I'm just going to do this. Now I can't tell them to dig any ores or chop any trees down just yet because I need the population, so that should be more than enough. And again I'm going to bring this, because if anyone's moved in they'll be moaning that they haven't got any power. So let me just dig that and put that there. That's all good. Let me just get rid of that screen. There we go. So we should be good. We're getting our first few houses built. Let me just zoom in so you can see. These guys are actually moaning that they haven't got any water. Ah yes, I need to actually bring my water supply down. Let me just bring this to here, Bring that straight down and across there. These are all underground, so you can actually see the flow of sewage and water. So that should make these guys a little bit happier. Not awfully happy. Obviously that one's under construction. But yeah, we are getting the population down. So let me just increase the speed. And then we'll wait for these guys to join us. Haven't got any industrial just yet. Oh, there we are. Talk of the devils and they shall appear. Oh, they should get some jobs up. I need to get now these bars down here will actually tell me what they actually want. So residential, as you can see, is going down. Commercial is going up, and demand for industry or offices should be going down shortly, because obviously I'm getting my industrial up very quickly. So yeah, everything should be going okay. There we go. We've got a little car coming in now. And probably going to move into one of these newer houses. There we go, and all the little people running. Yeah, kind of cool. Right, so that's that done. So obviously they're wanting a few shops now. So what I could do is bring a road out across here. And then we can also use these tools. These are all your different sorts of tools here for your straight lines, your curvatures, and your free roam. And this is an upgrade one, so in future I can upgrade any of these to the larger roads if I so wanted, and probably will need to do at a later date. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a curved road here. There's a little one. Oops, I did not actually want one of them. You do get a little bit of a refund, but obviously you don't get as much back. And I put the wrong bit of road down. Never mind, it does not matter at this stage. So we can force you to go there, let me have the right tool. There we go. And we can give this a little bit of a shopping district as such. And you know what? Why not? Just for the sake of it, let's do a little bit of another curve here. Bring this around and to there. And we can get a few more. Oops, don't really want you there. Oh yes, this tool is to actually delete areas. And now that I've deleted it, I know there's a house being built there, but that will be detailed very soon. Areas with a little bit more commercial, and they'll be moaning about water. So we can just do that. You can just basically do these pipes from any section. You don't actually have to do it over and over again from one area, which is a good thing. This symbol that they're moaning about is not enough workers in the city, which is always one of my main problems. So we can do another one here, similar to that, but not exactly the same. Yes, just pull that out a bit more to about there, and straight up there, I think. Yes, I know you're not happy because you don't like neighbours. We could probably do that residential now and do all of these in. There we go. That should be enough. Okay, so so we've now made ourselves a little hamlet. So this is where we get taxes, which we can increase. We can also get out some loans if we so wanted. We've got some new services of garbage, healthcare, and education. So we now can build an elementary school, a medical clinic, and a landfill site. Now, I would recommend getting a landfill site up and running ASAP, which we could probably use this road for, actually. Why not? We can probably bring that across here, and why not? We'll put it all the way down here. Now we can put our landfill site up and running. and we can also get a little bit of healthcare up, which will be fine there. That covers most of them. That's kind of cool. So let's have a look at our power. We're producing 15 megawatts, we're consuming 11. Not too bad. They're wanting water. It's always about the water. You always find that they want water. So that's working. Our garbage trucks are coming out now. It's kind of cool. In everything in this game, you can actually rename. So if I wanted to change this garbage truck to something, I can actually name it. Every person in this you can name as well. Even the dogs and cows, if you want to go into farming and so on and so forth. You can even name the clinics and even the housing places, the drugstore and all sorts. So kind of cool if you've got a little bit more of an imagination than I have. Okay, I'm just having to keep a little bit close eye on the time, because for me, like Eddie Magpie would say, it's a little bit of a time sink, and I can spend hours on this without even realising it. But I think we're okay for a few more minutes. So yeah, like I say, main problem, as always, is getting people into the city. So that's what I really need to concentrate on at the moment. Where should I build some more houses? Yeah. Let's have a look. Outside connections, they're fine at the moment, that's no problems. Oh, wrong keys, sorry. Need to wait for these guys to join us out and just speed up the time. I think this is fairly obvious, this time accelerator, I don't need to go into that. What I can do is go into the economics. The budget, if I increase, this is electricity, water, garbage, healthcare, fire, police, education, decoration, unique buildings and your transport over here, and I can increase or decrease how much each one gets, and it will obviously, if I increase the budget, then they get more services. If I decrease it, they get less services. Loans, you can take loans out at certain points. I can take a 20,000 loan out. Obviously, I'll be paying back 21, and then when my people increase, I can get 60,000, and then again 200,000. I tend not really to go for loans, because at the really, if you do things quite right, it's a little bit slower. Obviously, you're not getting as much money in, but you should be alright without taking a loan, to be quite honest. And then taxes here, I find that if I put it up to about 12%, they don't normally complain too much about that, and then obviously that increases my weekly income. I mean, you can see my income down here at over 2,000, and we're getting a nice steady flow of population in. They are complaining about power, so we can do that by adding another turbine or two. Let's see, oh, we've just got Worthy Village. So what do we get this time? We've got new areas, which I can show you in a minute, districts, which is very important, policies, second loan, so there you go, I was talking about that, industry specializations, service policies, fire department, police department, unique buildings, forestry and architecture, power, so I can actually tell them to use less power or to have what they call energy meters, water usage, so they have water meters, and smoke detection. Smoke detection actually helps reduce fires, so all these help really reduce what the people use. However, it's 5 per building cost, so it can actually mount up, and obviously we get a couple new buildings, the police station and the firehouse. So personally, the most important one to me would be the firehouse, because police in this game, you could probably just have one police station and you'll manage. I'm just trying to find a decent spot which would cover the majority of my factories and most of the town, so that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, no, that's kind of cool. Right, as you noticed, actually, something I didn't actually cover. These blue bits actually covers the range of the power. So, in fact, while I'm talking about power, I might as well add this other turbine that we're going to do. 6. If I'm going to do one, I want an 8 and a 7 there. Because you can actually eventually get rid of these power lines that I've got everywhere. Because if this joined up here, then I would no longer need this, because the power would actually travel through each of the sorry, I'm just wondering why they're complaining about sewage at the moment. It must be because of the power situation. There we are. It would actually travel underground and through each building. So like here, that one's going to get power because it's actually got a bit of like a bridge connection here, which is nice, because I can obviously eventually get rid of these. So once again, we are having a population problem. But before we do that, let's build a little bit of an elementary school. You need quite a few elementary schools actually start with. Put one there, and we can also put one up there. That's not too bad. Right, before I end this episode, I was saying at the beginning that you could actually buy more land, and now we can actually buy it. So as you can see, these 4 squares are now open to me, and I can purchase any of these that I want. And we can also, I think, see where the underground ores are as well now. So if we've got any oil, which is actually over here, this is the black marker. The forestry is all the green, obviously. The ore, which I said was at the beginning of the episode, all this area here, so I can actually turn these into ore production. Might give me some more money in. And fertile land, which is your farming. There's a little bit just here and here, but the majority of it is actually up here. So you know, it's worth planning your village, your city, out according to what you'd like to do. So I don't know if we can actually get the ores at the moment. No, we can't. Which is a shame, because I would have ended it there. But I'm going to end the episode here. Please do let me know if you want to see me do a series on this. I'm quite happy to wait for you to decide on that. But otherwise, thank you very much for joining me. And I hope that we will see you next time. So, thank you, and bye-bye.